I'm going to have Lorraine and Elena with me today, and we're going to be talking about the event that's coming up tonight, as well as a whole range of other things. We'll be open to your questions, your answers today. So this is going to be really exciting. I want to welcome you all, and we're going to wait a few minutes for people to come live. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring Lorraine and Elena on. They can introduce themselves, and they'll tell you a bit about what they do, and we'll go from there. Just a moment here. I'm going to bring Elena on, and then there's Elena. I got to figure out how to get multiple people on at the same time. So there's one. This is a learning curve for me, guys, so please understand. I'm trying to figure out how to bring all three of us on. Okay, so I think I take the solo off here. Solo off. Wait, there it is.
You had it a second ago. Yeah, now we're here.
There we go. Awesome. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Thank you for being so patient with me learning this stuff. It's all new, the bringing multiple people on and stuff, but we've got so much happening on the planet today and in life. And I know you ladies have been doing some amazing work with the interstellar beings and Mother Mary, and it's like you guys have been just doing some amazing stuff. And can you tell me a bit about yourself, Elena, and we'll introduce yourself a bit, tell people about you.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Elena, and I do channeling and distance healing. So I work with several beings, especially ETs, that they have some sort of technology regarding healing the light body. So we go together into people that need it, and we do some job on them, on their light body. That's pretty much about me.
That's wonderful. How about yourself, Lorraine? Can you tell us a bit about what you're doing now and where things are flowing with you?
Yeah, so myself, Elena, and Angie set up Interstellar Communications. We used to have Divine Channelings. It's still open, but we just kind of transitioned to Interstellar Communications. So we're working on that more, communicating with multidimensional beings. We're ETs, all things ETs basically is our platform. So we communicate, we have messages about 3 days a week. I channel Galactic Federation of Light, and I'm getting messages from them and just telling on the update of the Ascension, what's happening, and what people are going to experience. I do a lot of that on that channel. So every day I go there, I have no idea what they're going to say. So in one way, that's really exciting because it's new, and it's just like, okay, what have you got to bring in today? And it's, but I'm enjoying it, and it's only been up about a month, I think, our channel, but it's growing, and it's very exciting.
You guys have done so much. I mean, in the last year, the growth and the changes and the beings that you brought through have just been astounding to watch and observe. And I could not. We're all delighted and surprised at what you guys are offering everybody. So thank you so much for your gift. At the end of the show, we'll give everybody a chance you can give people the contact information so they know how to get in touch. So I'm talking a little fast because I'm really excited. So I'll try and dial myself down a little bit here and get centered in here. But Elena, talk a bit more about the messages you've been bringing through, and what is it that you keep getting as a dominant message for people to be paying attention to right now?
So most of all, I get that in order to achieve anything spiritual we want, like even if we want to grow and open up our clairs, or if we want to have contact with our higher self or other realms, or manage to do anything spiritual, we need to heal our light body, our energy body, our soul. We need to be pure light, pure love, pure joy, and experience the life in the maximum. So what I always get is several beings coming to me and tell me what I should change, what I should do differently. They give me advices that has to do with my energy, how to make it flow differently inside me. And that's what they always tell me when I meet or when I talk with someone. I get that kind of information for him as well. So today they were telling me, like since 2 days ago, they told me that they would like to come There is a whole group of them. There are with me right now some archangels, like 4 or 5, some ascended masters, and some ETs I'm working with, and they all want to come and join you wherever you are right now. Even if you watch the video later, like in a replay, and they want to offer a small healing to whatever area of your life you need. You just need to open up in this possibility and ask for this healing to happen to you. So say it out loud or inside your mind, it's the same thing. And William, am I allowed to use something? To use
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whatever unfolds is perfect.
So if you already said that you are willing to receive this healing, then open your eyes and see the room around you, and try to put into your sight everything from the extreme left to extreme right, totally up to down, like everything, every detail in this room. Let it come to you. Make your eyes soft and concentrate in the energy in between, in the air, where the air is. Concentrate there and try to feel this area with your spiritual eyes or with your body, with your senses, not with your physical eyes. Inhale, exhale, and when you are able to sense the energy inside the room, close your eyes, but keep the sensation with closed eyes. Open up, ask what kind of healing you would like to receive, in what area of your body or of your life or of your emotions. And see if you can feel something. Allow the sensation of the energy to amplify. And slowly come back and open your eyes.
That was amazing. Anybody who got a response and felt that energy, because I'm certainly feeling it now. I feel this intense radiating energy and heat all around me. So I can tell that Master Jesus has come present as well. So please, yeah. So please allow yourself to, if you have any questions or comments about your experience just now with what Elena just did with you, please write your comments or questions there. Can you guys see the comments or questions, or I need to read them for you?
We do see them.
Okay, you do see them. Perfect. Wonderful.
Do you see them, Lorraine?
Yeah, I can see them too.
Wonderful. It's we talk about healing and the value and the power of that, especially when you're working with beings that have more knowledge and awareness than we do, that each and every one of us has access to them at all points of time and space. Once you know how to alter your perceptual apparatus, what you called clairs earlier, Eleanor, like clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, when we start to open up those non-physical senses, you become very receptive to the types of energy healing that people like Elena and Lorraine and myself actually do in working with these ascended beings. Remember, it's the inner self we want to awaken, not the outer self is already distracted, but the inner self we want to awaken. That was really wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah. And if anything, again, if any questions or comments up, you girls feel free to step in if you notice a question and answer with regard to the experience. So Lorraine, talk a bit about your specialty. I know you work with for you, it's been an explosion. You've got like almost an infinite lineup of extraterrestrials and multidimensional beings that seem to want to communicate with you. And I've been delighted, and I really get a lot of joy and pleasure out of listening to you. And perhaps you'd be willing and open to sharing with us what you think and feel they might have to communicate to us now. But I also want to say before we get into that remember tonight, everybody, at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, myself, Lorraine, and Elena are going to be on live with Melina Ion from 47 kilometers south of Munich, Germany, where she's going to be live at a crop circle that appeared in just south of Munich, Germany yesterday. And I think I can maybe give you a little image of that crop circle. Let's see. How do now I got to remember how to do this with these ones that are up there now. Go over here. Okay. Hide that one. I'm on a learning curve here, so please bear with me. And then I've got to figure out how to move this slider bar across to get to the other one, because I wanted to show everybody an image of the crop circle. Maybe one of you girls have it handy. I got it right here, but how do I slide this across? There it is. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Show and stream. There it is. So that's the crop circle that appeared just south of Munich, Germany on, I believe it was Sunday night, and it was revealed Monday morning. And Melina's been there several times now. She went there yesterday to check to make certain that the connectivity for the live event would be there. So yes, it is. So at 11:30 p.m. tonight, remember, folks, we're going to be sharing the experiences and information and guidance and messages that come to us from that energy. I know that Elena and Lorraine and myself have all gotten something, and I'm sure Melina has too. So we'll look forward to that this evening. So Lorraine, please tell us a bit about what you do, and is there anything that your team has to offer up to us at this time?
I almost feel like, where do I start? There's so many things after happening, within the last year, 2 years. But just actually, about 2 nights ago, when I was in that hypnagogic state, as you say, so upon awakening, so it's not like a dream state where you're dreaming as you, the human. You're in a different state, as in that hypnagogic state. I had a couple of Egyptian beings appear to me, so which was interesting. So I could see them. I saw one who was a black cat. She was female, like a female body, but she was standing tall. And I think her name, I'm not sure, it's something like a Besset, might be her name. I'm not 100% sure, but she's one I'm not familiar with. And I also had Horus appear as well. So they appear very quickly, and then they kind of just, they might say something to me or just disappear, but then I can connect to them right the next day. So, but I'll see who I'm going to connect now, and just want to see, does anybody want to come in out of interest?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so before I even go into find out who it is, somebody comes in and says, well, this is an exciting time. So I need to connect and see who said this. They said, yes, it is us, the Galactic Federation of Light. Well, you know, sometimes my higher self kind of comes in there with their energy. My higher self is always within me, right? But sometimes their energy would come in, and then my higher self might come in and say something, and there's that flow, right? And it's interesting how that kind of works. But like they're always in unison with each other.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. Yeah, it's fascinating you bring that up, because a lot of people that don't channel, or a lot of people that are just in the process of learning how to channel don't realize that it's a dynamic. These are individual beings that you connect with that have their own thoughts, their own perception, their own awareness, their own reality that you can learn to interface with. You know, just learning how to shift your awareness from what you normally see and hear with your eyes to different levels of perception. Like we said, clairaudience, clear hearing, which is hearing without your ears. Clairvoyance, seeing without your eyes, and what allows you to describe them, observe them, and hear the language. So really important you understand that these are real beings that exist outside of the normal realm of your physical senses perceptual apparatus. Much the same way as a radio station has different frequencies that you can tune into, so too with your awareness, you can tune into these dimensional beings. This is exactly what Lorraine's saying. It's important to understand that these are not exclusive to one or two people. Everybody has the opportunity to tap into, to learn to change their perceptual mechanism to hear these beings. So this is what you're saying, right, Lorraine?
Yeah, they're saying we are always available to anybody who is willing to tune into our frequency, to match our frequency, is what they're saying. So yeah, they're open to everybody. We're nothing special, you know. It's just as you raise your vibration, you will become more aligned with their frequency. And it's always good. They always said to me before to make sure that you raise your vibration to match them. It's easier as opposed to them coming down, say a single entity or individual to come down to match your vibration, right? And it's easier for a collective to come down and to communicate with people as opposed to a single individual. This is what I get, right? It's easier. But as you raise your vibration, you will match these single individuals and connect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, as you're saying this, I can feel them all coming down into me too, because it's so true that they literally, it is easier to communicate with the collective because it's a unified whole. Individuals are individuals. They have it is very different. I love it.
It's a lot more work is what I hear as well. They're saying it's more work for that individual being to communicate, right?
Okay, we got a question for you, Lorraine, from a YouTube user saying, can we call them every time we need healing the same way I think this is for Elena. Can we call them every time we need healing the same way we just did?
I hear yes, definitely.
Now, how can you ask them how a person that's never experienced talking to other dimensional beings, how would they suggest that person that's never done that ask for their healing?
So they say the first part of the exercise that they asked us to look outside of us and concentrate on the room was to put our attention outside of ourselves, first of all. And one step is that. The other step is to set the clear intention with your mind or your voice. And the third step is to allow. So to get into this meditative state where you don't try to manipulate the energy or to try to fix it yourself. If you want to heal your knee, for example, you say your intention, what you want, and then you observe what happens there. You don't try to do something with your energy. So you're just an observer.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's a great answer. And I can totally respect that, because even as you're speaking, I can feel they're communicating the vibration of their truth to me. And it's rare that we get three of us together like this. So the energy is really heightened up too. But there's lots of questions coming in. So we're going to, amazing. They're all around me. Let's see here. We got lots of wows. People are just loving this. Let's see. Where's that? I thought I saw more questions. This stream is quite long. Okay. So basically what you're saying is, as long as the person's willing to open their awareness up, ask for what they want, and move outside of their personalized identity to become divested of being separate, that they can receive that energy much more effectively.
Perfectly said.
Wow. So that's the
and
perspective.
just to answer, someone asked if it will be equally effective in the replay. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. That's so important. I cannot tell you how many times that's happened where people have watched replays of the videos that they've channeled through me, and people come back and say, wow, it just totally changed my life. It just, my body's healed, my back's healed, the problem's solved. Yeah, absolutely. It's just as powerful in the replay.
There is one more question about what to do, what to twist if we want to help someone else. We need their approval. They need to ask for healing. So we cannot help someone if they don't want it. So the intention must be set from them and from us if they want it. And really, we can't do anything to bring them in a state of receiving. So they have to do it on their own again.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Ask and you shall receive, right? Like, it's like, you know, if I can't go into a store and expect the clerk to serve me unless I ask him for service, right? It's kind of the same thing. You got to ask these beings, and they're available. Everybody's got guardian angels around them. Ascended masters, enlightenment are there. Learning to align your awareness to their frequency is key here. Like opening up and asking. It makes a big difference because you literally got to tune into them. Drusilla is asking a question. I think I'll give this question to Lorraine. When is the energy coming in?
So what energy exactly is she talking about? Because there is many energies.
Yeah. So that's a great question. Drusilla, maybe you can fine tune that. Which specific energy are you referring to? Because there's many. There are so many different frequencies of energy coming onto this planet right now for many different elements of the human condition, of spiritual evolution, of soul evolution, of the multidimensionals, the interdimensionals. It's like there's a lot coming in. So you might want to re-ask that question. I would actually ask the question, what energy do I need to receive right now? Might be a good question for you, Drusilla.
Okay, so for her, let's see. So I'm getting she needs to be outside and connect to her feet on the ground and connect to the sun. So right now the sun is very important in this time of the Lion's Gate, that it's opening and we're connecting to the Sirius sun, and that energy coming from Sirius sun comes from the great central sun and it comes to our sun, to us. So this portal is actually very important. This is why, and we'll get lots of downloads. We're going to have some people who have heightened abilities and will be more open and more receptive to actually communicating with these multidimensional beings, right?
Yeah. That's a great point. Have you also noticed, I've certainly noticed, I don't know if you ladies noticed, but outside the sun, when you go into the direct sun, it's almost like there's a magnifying glass. There's a really highly increased intensity of information and energy literally coming to this planet. You might experience it as an unusually hot sun. Don't get lost in the symptom of the heat. There is information, vibration, energy being communicated for your awareness to tune into, to become aware of what is the feeling energy, what is the information that's being interpreted by my body as heat, but by my awareness, it might mean or be interpreted something else. And you could close your eyes and feel that energy, and you might get images or ideas or inspiration or have the masters pop in your mind. Yeah, it's really cool.
And William, as you're talking as well, I get a vision of where the codes coming from the sun and they go into your heart chakra. So I'm seeing these codes coming in. So it's just
that's funny. Yeah. And some of you might get the heart palpitations. I've gotten some really intense ones where I can feel like this thing is cracked wide open and it's like energy pouring in. And I literally have to go to actually integrate it. It's pretty intense. Someone is asking, what are practical tips to match their vibration? I'll offer a couple first. First thing is breathing. Get your body and your mind quiet and still. And you can do that really quickly by a slow, deep breath. Exhale and train your body to relax so it becomes more receptive, because when it's tense, it can't receive different frequencies of information. That's my first tip. My second tip is get your mind to listen to the silence. As Elena said earlier, pay attention to the silence in the space. What tip could you offer, Lorraine?
Yeah, so another one is where if you're sitting in that meditative state, visualize yourself rising up, the feeling of rising, going higher. So you're rising your vibration, you're matching them. So if you can actually, another way I've described it before is like if you picture yourself almost like Superman or Superwoman and taking off and going up into space, and you're going higher and you feel that rising sensation. It's a good way. And they said it's easier for us to connect to you when you're in that state as opposed to being anchored in 3D.
Yeah. And by anchored in 3D, you mean identified as just this body?
Yes, exactly.
And thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Elena, are you getting anything that you could suggest to people?
Yeah. I would say build up very beautiful and high vibrational emotions and feelings. And you can do that by start talking to yourself and saying very beautiful things, that you love yourself, that you are amazing, that you are full of light, that you are high vibrational, and little by little start with what you really believe, the things you really believe, and start raising up the vibration little by little.
That's beautiful. I got to say, that's a very powerful tool as well, because I know when I was, the very first time when I was in my darkest place, I had one thought that I was loving and lovable. And that one thought completely changed what I felt about who I thought I was. And so literally saying things to your mind and your body that will enlighten it. You are amazing. You're beautiful. You're dynamic. You're so full of vitality. And I'm so grateful that you let me live in you. You know, you want to raise these frequencies up so that you find that your energy goes up, because as the frequency goes up, all of a sudden you start to become aware of the energy around you that's at that frequency. It's not necessarily in your body, but around your body. You might get heat or cold or and I've experienced it where they come in, I'm literally shivering, and sometimes I'm sweating. So you'll experience the changes in frequency differently depending upon the way your body and your mind and your awareness are able to shift perception. That's really cool. Let's see, we've got other questions coming in. Somebody's asking Elena, what twist would we need to do if we want to heal others with it?
Yeah, I think we said that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
There is a question. Can I just say that if you go further up, William, there is more near to the top, there's Sweet Jane has a question, and we haven't addressed that yet. It's the one about incarnation.
Oh, please do. Yes.
Yeah.
I see it now. Yep.
You see it. Do you want to read it?
It is said that we determined before we incarnated this life whether we would ascend or finish this incarnation in the third dimension. Is there a way we can find out what we committed to? Wow, that's a very powerful question. And I want to say this, what you committed to before you came into form, you may not perceive accurately because of what you have acquired in the form. It is therefore really important to move your awareness out of what you've been taught to think or believe about life in general, even what you've learned about these spiritual principles. Be willing to divest yourself of what you know, and from that perspective, ask the question. Ask the question, what did I come here to commit to do? And every time I ask that question, the only word that comes to my mind is I committed to love. And you will find that what comes to you will come to you because you'll feel it. So that's my take on that is really get out of what you think you know about everything and go into the feeling of just being aware and ask that question from that place of awareness. What do you ladies think?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Can I add something here? Can I
Yes,
add?
please.
So I want to, something little and practical. If you find your biggest problems in life, what you are struggling with, these are areas that you came to expand yourself through them. And if you see your passions, what you really love to do, this is what you came to offer to other people.
Wow, thank you. That's important. Yeah, that's a great, that even brings the next, brings a question in my mind is how do we know? How do you get to that place of understanding what your purpose is, what you actually came here to do? It's a question that actually has an answer to it, but you're not going to find it in who you think you are. You're going to find it in who you know you are. Let's scroll down here. We got, so Miriam is asking, now that I've awakened, my outer self is kind of neglected. How can I balance these? So I'm interpreting that to mean that her soul is awakened, but now her physical realm is feeling unbalanced. I mean, first thing that comes to my mind is, are you treating your body with the love and respect it needs? Are you giving it the high vibrational foods that a divine instrument needs? Are you giving it proper water? Are you exercising it properly? Are you grounding your body? There are fundamental things that your body needs in order to function optimally. Hydration is one of the most important things. Grounding your earth, go out on the earth and walk across the ground in your bare feet and let your body electromagnetically reconnect to the energy of the earth. Put living foods in your body, food that's alive and vital and charges your cells up and makes you feel like, yeah, you want to put living stuff in your body instead of dead, devitalized, cooked foods. You want to put things that give vitality back to your body. And it will start to align. The higher the vibrational foods and nutrition you put in your body, the more it will align to your awareness of who you are. That's my thought.
Well said, William.
Thank you. Carolyn asked a question. I have an celestial quartz crystal around my neck. Will this help me to connect to a higher consciousness or these other dimensional beings? Thank you so much. I think that's for you, Lorraine.
Okay, could you read that question again? Just read it again.
Yes, I have an celestial quartz crystal around my neck. Will this help me to connect to a higher consciousness or to these other dimensional beings?
They're saying you can work with this crystal because they can actually bring in frequencies to you. So you can connect with the crystal and set an intention that you want to bring and connect with these energies. So the crystal is acting like a conduit to an extent, right? It's like it can bring in energies, but you need to work with it. You just it's like you work together. That's what I get.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's brilliant. I love it. Crystals are they store earth memory. From my studies and research and my knowing, crystals store long-term memory in them, and they're responsive to higher frequencies of consciousness that are profound, astounding. It's a great question, Carolyn. Thank you. Angie saying, thank goodness. I missed Elena's healing, and I will be doing it later then. Christine is asking, how can I develop my channeling skills more? How far am I from seeing, sensing, and hearing energy clearly? Any tips? Thank you. Well, my first response is you can join our mediumship program, which starts in September, where we will actually teach you how to do that. Both Elena and Lorraine have gone through that program and are running their own. But simple, if you want something right now to begin that process, learn to get your mind and your body still and quiet. This is so important. A lot of people don't realize getting your mind so quiet is really important, because when there's silence in your mind, you'll hear something. That's really important. Get your mind silenced. That's something you can actually do today. Sit your body down, breathe it until it relaxes. Get your mind quiet and just listen and ask, because that silence has something in it that your mind can't hear, but your awareness can feel. As Lorraine and Ella know from, and I know from channeling, you used to expand your awareness. You feel the presence of these beings with your awareness. Your ears and your eyes can't hear them. Although I've heard instances of people who have had beings appear right in front of them. So that is possible too. I won't discount that. But that's what I say to you, Christine. Any other advice for her, girls?
I just wanted to say, as you were saying that, William, what I heard coming in is like, shh, like shh, quiet the mind.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. That's a great technique too, Lorraine. Anybody can use that. Just put your finger to your mouth and go, shh.
Yeah, exactly.
Your mind will go quiet. I love it. Wow. Wow. So an eclipse down there. Yes. I'm just. Somebody said that happened to them yesterday. Lorraine. Another question from Sweet Jane. How do we know we will ascend? Some people are supposed to finish this incarnation in the third dimension. Can we change the soul contract on this? My first word I get is yes immediately. That nothing is written in stone. Who is that? Who is this? I get this. I don't know why this is coming in from Nikola Tesla, but he's saying once you understand that there is no limit to frequency, then it's just a matter of adjusting your perception to be in that frequency that would be conducive to the freedom that represents the contract that you think you are here to fulfill. So maybe your contract is different than what you think too. Wow. Yes.
I'm getting right now that in the tree of possibilities that we plan before we are born into this life, there is always a branch that leads to ascension for every human being.
Yeah. Oh, waves, the vibration there.
Yeah. My heart just kind of went, whoa. That's lovely. Yeah. We are souls. We are individual extensions of an infinite intelligence expressing and manifesting through a finite form. The body is not who you are. Please understand, the body is an instrument that you express your consciousness through here, but it's not who you are. So the contract that you have as a soul is going to be different than what you've been taught to think you believe you're supposed to be or do. And a lot of people get stuck in here and figuring it out from the three-dimensional. You won't figure it out that way. You really want to shift your perceptual awareness out of the body mind and then tap into that. And if the answers are all there, you can probably book a session with Eleanor or Lorraine or myself and get a lot of answers that way, or just get your mind quiet and ask yourself. Oh, you're welcome, Melina. We have Melina on here. Hi, Melina. We're so looking forward. I want to say this to Melina. Melina, we're so looking forward to having you with us tonight from the crop circle. We're really looking forward to that 11:30. Thank you so much for jumping on. Do you ever sleep, Melina? I have to ask you. Do you ever sleep? Melina, when everybody meets Melina tonight, this lady is so full of love and light and vitality. I don't think I've ever seen her not smiling, and she's tapped into soul power 100%, not human power, soul powers. So thanks for being here. She's saying, yeah, she'll be there tonight. So Reflection is asking, what is the purpose of opening the higher chakras or energy centers? Do they unlock our supernatural abilities such as telepathy, bilocation, telekinesis, and Reiki? That's from Reflection.
I feel that's for Elena. Somehow.
Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
What is the purpose of opening the higher chakras? Do they unlock our supernatural abilities such as telepathy, bilocation, telekinesis, and Reiki?
So the purpose to open any chakra is to become the real you, actually. So it's to find the real essence of your energy body, and by getting this real form of you, your talents will show up, and some of them are like the ones you described.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's so perfectly placed. The way you said that, Elena, that totally resonated with my heart. Thank you so much. It is that process of differentiating between who you are and your body and your mind. That's so important. But these upper chakras, I'm presuming she's referring to the upper ones, from the heart to the throat to the pineal gland and to the crown chakra. And yeah, when these higher chakras open, those things have the potential to come down. Those gifts, those talents, those abilities have the potential to come down. But if you got resistance in the lower chakras, it could block them from being functional in physical time space. That being said, it's like we got all these water molecules up in the air around it. I know they exist. There they are. I can feel them. I can sense them, but I can't have them in this physical world unless I got a mechanism to bring them down into form. And in order to articulate them through your body, you have to be able to bring that energy down in through matter to express those conditions. Bilocation is a very powerful one. Master Sai Baba used to do that quite regularly with his students in India and around the world. Telepathy, of course, is something that we all have. We just have to tune into it. But yeah, I wouldn't. Once you start unlocking them, get your lower chakras through proper eating, through grounding, through proper hydration. Get your lower chakras aligned to the uppers so that you can let that energy flow down as a dynamic expression in your material world. Anything from you there, Lorraine?
About opening your chakras, you're saying? I'll see if I can tap into anything. Just give me a sec. I'm hearing No said you both did beautifully. Yourself and William.
Oh, wow. Yeah, thank you, Patricia. Carolyn's saying thank you. I'll make a set of intentions. It's so important. Yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody who's come live today. It's been really wonderful. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, be open, because these live events are going to start happening more and more frequently with all of us. It's time we start disseminating. How, Elena and Lorraine, how can people get a hold of you two? Because I know you two work together. So how can people get a hold of you and get to know more about what you're doing and experience that? What can they do?
Elena, do you want to go?
So our group in Facebook is called Interstellar Communications, and there you will find some amazing job from Lorraine. Like, she has the most amazing videos ever. Like, trust me, I do just a little bit. I offer just a little bit there as well, but and you can find both of us there. But trust me, the videos of Rainy here are going to blow your mind.
No, and I just want to mention as well that YouTube channel is Interstellar Communications as well. So if you go there, you'll get, I put up something like 3 to 4 videos a week. Elena puts a video as well of healing modalities. So and every day I don't know what's going to happen. So there could be something new. So it's always exciting. So you can reach us there anyway as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just so for if everybody's just coming on who didn't hear. So Interstellar Communications on Facebook and on YouTube are the places where you can get connected to Lorraine and Elena and learn more about what they're doing and the way they're bringing and articulating and supporting and the ascension process that's happening globally right now. So yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. We just got another question popped up from Christine saying, I love watching the night sky and stars, and I often see something in the sky. Are they just satellites or some ETs? I think not everyone can see ET ships. Do we have to be high in vibration to perceive these ships? We had one over our place about. Yeah, we had one over our place. We literally had one over our place about 3.5 weeks ago. A being by the name of Adama and his ship. And I was out doing work in the living room, and Norma, my wife, called me and said, "Look out the window! Look out the window!" And I jumped up, and it had to be the size of a city block, floating above the buildings, about I guess half a mile away from us and it literally just sat there. There wasn't a sound. I opened all the windows and could not hear a sound. And it just sat there. And then we literally watched as this thing just moved like this and stopped. Like it was just moving and stopped. There was no variance, nothing. And we watched that for about 10 or 12 minutes. And then we watched it as it then suddenly glided silently away off to the east. And that was it. But it was pretty amazing.
So, William, does it look like a spaceship or was it looking like a cloud?
No, this was an actual, I would say, more cigar shaped than anything else, with a very unusual configuration of lights on the bottom, red, green, yellow, blue, all on the bottom, and it just sat there. I literally, we're on the 16th floor, so I opened the windows up because you can hear planes when you open the window. There's not a sound, and that was pretty amazing for us. So yeah, you can hear them. They will come to you. I think there is something to do with vibration, that you do need to be of a certain quality to be able to receive that on some level, consciously or unconsciously. That's why some people who just walking along and they suddenly see a UFO, there's an aspect of their soul that is in sequence or sequential harmony with it. They're in harmony with that frequency to receive it. What are your thoughts, Lorraine?
Oh, for me, I don't actually see UFOs, unfortunately. I'm always hoping and waiting. I'm like, are you going to arrive? I don't see anything. But it's the frequency, and obviously I'm not tapped into that, but I can communicate with them telepathically, but just can't see spaceships yet. Maybe that's going to happen someday.
So what would they have to say to Christine about what you just asked?
What do you mean? Could you say that question again, William?
Absolutely. What I'm seeing in the sky just satellites or some ETs? I think not everyone can see ET ships. Do we have to be in high vibration?
And what's her name? Could you say her name again? What's her name?
Christine.
Christine, okay.
With a K.
All right. I'm hearing they're saying, yes, dear one, you are actually perceiving an ET ship or an encounter. You are actually. That's what they were saying. So, yeah, as you said, it's a vibration, but she's tapping into it. That's what I'm getting.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah, there's gonna be so many more of these sightings and these events happening. I mean, this crop circle. I mean, this is the first time in my life that I've known somebody who's directly experiencing. That I know someone personally who's directly experiencing this. And tonight, we're going to share that with all of you at 11:30 p.m. tonight. So please join us at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for this. Question from a YouTube user in the UK, often is from the UK. It doesn't show their name. In the UK, the teachers I have experienced come from a place of fear and talk about protection. I notice you lovely people don't refer to this. Why is this, please? And thank you. Wow. I want to jump into that with both feet, because this ray of energy should come right through me right now to go directly to this person to answer this question. If you understand the concept, the simple idea of you cannot mix the substances you call oil and water, then you'll understand the importance of cultivating a state of energy, a state of being that is naturally who you are, that is what you would call love and joy and freedom. From these perspectives, you will not pull the experiences into your experience that do not reflect this state. You will see more of that around you and less of the other. Wow, who are you? I'm just getting the word V. It's just a big V. They're a V. That is for you specifically. They're saying that is for you specifically. That energy is for you to identify that feeling of love and freedom so intensely that you experience the freedom from fear that will be an effect of your love. Wow, I love that. Thank you so much. You'll experience the freedom that will be an effect, the freedom from fear that will be an effect of your love. I love that. Beautiful thing about this is I have to actually watch these replays later to remember and hear what was ever said. It was really cool. What did you get, Lorraine?
Well, from my experience of what I know, and I'll see what channel, but they say that depending on your vibration, if you believe you need protection, right? It's a belief thing, right? So if you believe you need protection, well, then you protect yourself. And if you believe you don't need it, you don't need to. But we're all of love and light. And some just happen to be more dim. Their light is dim, and then others are brighter. But in essence, we are all from one being source, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Get all goosebumpy all over. Thank you for that. I won't need to shower tonight. Yeah, I'm telling you, you can clean your energy field up. When you start allowing higher frequencies, it actually begins to facilitate your body changing too. In addition to the changes in, getting rid of caffeine, getting rid of alcohol, getting rid of prescription drugs. Pardon me, I shouldn't say that. But getting rid of things that don't support or sustain the vitality in your body, you can lift your body up very quickly to those frequencies. Let's see, another question here from another YouTube user. I get the impression that the ETs are seeking communication with us more and more often lately. Is this true? Why is this? Why now?
Who's going? Who wants to say something? I was waiting for Elena there. She looks like she's tapping into something.
I can go, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, please do.
So I lost the. Can you repeat it just because it all came to me and now I forgot everything? Can you just repeat it?
That's okay. I get 3 words. Is it 3 or words? 3?
Now the question. What was the question?
The question is, I get the impression that the ETs
yes,
are seeking communication with us more and more often lately. Is it true? Why is this? Why now?
Yes. So Ascension happens simulatedly, like at the same time for the whole universe and for every race. And it doesn't matter in what stage each being is and each race is. We all move on at the same time, like brothers and sisters. So there is a plan to unite with humanity because it's an isolated place, Earth, and to create a collaboration from different species in the future, maybe in a few decades or so, and there is a need to eliminate fear from us regarding them. Most of the people, when they hear ETs or aliens, they get scared.
Yeah. Wow. I got 4 words for you that they gave. They said this.
You
asked for it. There you go.
You asked for it. We did. We have asked for it in our desire to not be isolated as a species, in our desire to know more than what we think we know. We have called them forth, all of them, the ascended masters, the ETs, the multidimensional beings. We have called them forth in our request to be free from our own imprisonment, self-imposed imprisonment in matter. But we are getting free now. It's time to be free. And it's the journey out to them is the journey within, because you have to go within. You actually have to go within to connect to them energetically, because they don't function from separation. That's really important to understand. These multidimensional beings, the ascended masters, the guides, the angels, the ETs, they do not function as separate from life. They are consciously connected to all that is. And therefore, though they still function as individuals, but they are very articulate and mindful of their interrelationship of how I, as an individual, affect that aspect of self. So you go within, you want to go into that place of unity where you are whole and complete and can still function as an individual, but you're mindful and respectful of the other individual expressions of life that exist, including animals and birds and trees and plants and planets and so on. So it's important to understand that the journey really to connect more to them is within. And when Elena mentioned that when she talked about the 4 clairs, and Lorraine's mentioned that about getting inside and listening, really listening.
And they said to me, your eyes are opening. That's what they said.
I love that. Your eyes are opening.
Yeah.
Your eyes are opening. Okay, just a question from Bo. Read the crop circle you said was a message about the sun. Do Lorraine and Elena have to add to that? Yeah, she's talking about this morning's Shortcuts for Your Soul, where I mentioned that this image is literally a representation of our inner solar system and what is energetically happening with it. And most people can only see this as a flat image. But if you take that image and you were to stretch it out into 3 dimensions, you would see those spinning lines, those interesting diagonal lines that seem to be wrapping around everything are a toroidal energy that's going to be embracing the planet and the system right now. It's happening and getting more intense as we speak. Anyway, what are your thoughts on it, girls? What do you get from your team? What do you get from inside?
So when I look at it, and I tried not to do anything with it. I was waiting for the other life, to be honest. But right now, just looking at it and stopping my inner dialogue and allowing the image to attract my attention, I hear clearly the word empowerment. It's I'm getting this is a way to connect with a tool to give us our power. I will only say that for now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Elena. And yeah, tonight, please remember to join us. We're going to be live tonight with Melina as well. And she's going to be live from the crop circle at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. So all your questions around the crop circle, we will address them tonight. We will bring the guides and angels, the multidimensional beings, the ETs that are energetically able to come through us, that we're able to allow to communicate to you what you need to know or want to know about this particular event in time space. Because remember, they're just downloading information from a higher frequency of consciousness into time space. It's up to us to be able to articulate the meaning, the vibrations, the frequency, the information stored in that capsule of time space that they produced there, called a crop circle. I think we've got time enough for another 2 questions, and then we'll wrap it up. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A question from Zeddy Awakening. I had an experience that some being came into my body, but I was very afraid, so I asked it to leave. Then it slowly arose from my body and left my room through a window when I was 20. So I think his question is, what was that? What was that event for him? John, I want you to consider this. That event is in your mind for a very good reason. You have not released it because that is an aspect of your being that you are now ready to reclaim. It's an aspect of your being that you're ready to reclaim to complete what you were here to do. Energetically, you weren't ready to receive it at that time. Now you are. That's why you're bringing it up. So I invite you from the perspective of that consciousness to receive that aspect of yourself, to reintegrate it, to no longer be separate from it. There are other beings that are involved in this, other than this aspect of self. So you may explore those as well. I have a question for both of you ladies. Could you please ask for more information about interstellar studies and what these have to do with me? That's from Anka.
Okay.
So, because I presume I know you have a program you're developing called Interstellar Studies, correct?
Elena, do you want to address that? It's very early stages, put it that way. But did you want to say anything on that, or?
May I say something?
Okay.
Yeah. What will you?
I want to say these ladies are putting together a program. I don't have to know the fullness of it, but I can tell from what I know of these two beings that the program they're going to put together will be life-changing for those of you that will take it. They came through my program, and I've watched these two girls grow exponentially in the last year and a half. They've opened their hearts and their souls to offer the best, the highest that they have to offer anybody. So please, if you're interested, reach out to them. They're just in the early stages of developing, but I can see where it's going. I can feel where it's going.
Yeah. No, I just want to say then, so what we're like, literally, we're just talking about it the other day, myself and Elena, but the possibility of doing a course with Udemy. So that's something it's early stages, and that's why we're reluctant to say something about this, because it's so early. But it could be, and I feel like this could be a path we're going on. So stay tuned, and we'll let you know.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, look forward to that. Also, I want to take a moment to say, if you want to support my channel and the work that I do personally, you can go to my YouTube, my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. You can offer your support to the messages and the channelings that we offer through this channel here. Also, we have up in September 5th, we are starting our mediumship program. Both of these ladies were fortunate enough to bless us both as students and as teachers in our program. They helped us for most of this last year run our program and work with the students. So please come out and join us. Again, they're starting their interstellar program, so you can connect with them on that. They'll give you more information. But go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, to know more about the courses and classes that we're offering and what's involved in them. And you can sign up for them today if you like. And we'll love to have you there. And one more time, please join us tonight at 11:30 p.m. because this is the first time I think any of us will have experienced an event happening directly from a crop circle in real time this evening. That's, again, this crop circle just appeared. You can see the picture on your screen that appeared in south of 47 kilometers south of Munich, Germany. So please come and join us. You're welcome, Prem. Thank you so much. And I want to thank every one of you, because we know how valuable your time is. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today and giving your time, your questions, your energy to this process. We're at an amazing time in human evolution right now, and we're all playing a part in it. It doesn't matter what you think other people are doing or why. Every single human entity is participating in this ascension process, whether they're conscious of it or not. I also want to really thank Elena and Lorena for coming out today and taking the time out of your schedules to join us here and share your wisdom and your love and your healing with all of us. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I hope we can do this again sometime. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you, William.
Thank you, William.
You're welcome. So if there's not any more, do you have any other things? Anything else you want to say to anybody, guys?
Let me see. I'll just tap in. So I feel like my team are there and they're putting their hands on my shoulder and they're going, isn't this exciting? And yes, there is going to be more of this live events. So
yeah, it is that time. It's time for light workers around the world. It's really time for light workers around the world to be coming together for consistent, focused messages of love, support, compassion, wisdom, truth, knowledge. We need to create a system, a network, where we each, as individuals, but as a collective, impart to humanity the vibrational frequencies, codes, and keys that are necessary for helping us in this transition of ascension as a species. So please, yeah, we'll be doing more of this stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll see a whole bunch of you guys tonight in the live stream. There's all the information for the live stream tonight. For those of you who want to get it, it's going to be 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we'll see all of you guys, there. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. That gets hidden, I think. Oh, where's Elena? There she is. Sure. There you are, Elena. There we go. Yeah, I'm still I'm still learning this whole thing. But I want to say thank you, everybody, again, for showing up. We will see you next time we do one of these events. We'll try and give you a little bit further heads up. Hi, Eva. Sorry you couldn't get to us sooner. The replay will be available on our channels as soon as we possibly can get it to you all. So I want to say thank you so much, everybody. Much love, and bye for now.
Bye.
I'm just trying to figure out the bye for now stuff. There we go.